Well, hello and welcome to Hydrogeologists Without Borders UK's first conference entitled Hydrogeology WASH, What Can Hydrogeologists Contribute to Safe Water Supply and Poverty Reduction? It's wonderful to see so many hydrogeologists and humanitarian workers all in the same room, and I really hope that throughout today we can explore opportunities of how our two sectors can work more closely together. Many of you will be well acquainted with WASH and or hydrogeology, but for those of you who are not acquainted with both, please allow me to make a brief introduction. WASH is an acronym standing for Water, Sanitation and Hygiene. A WASH engineer or manager will be working for an aid and development organisation, and their general remit is to reduce mortality and morbidity through improving access to safe water, providing sanitation infrastructure, and working with local communities to improve hygiene practices. Their work remit is incredibly broad. Just in terms of water supply, a WASH engineer or manager will be required to develop a resource, be it surface water, groundwater, or precipitation. They'll be required to build the infrastructure around that resource, from storage to pipe distribution systems. They'll need to treat that water to ensure that it's safe to drink. They'll need to work with contractors and tender out works, work with the local populace to determine where the infrastructure should be put and how to maintain that, how to pay for the maintenance of that, as well as all the day jobs, so to speak. And this being carried out in an environment sometimes very difficult and challenging. Hydrogeology is a Greek-derived word meaning the study of earth or rock and water. Hydrogeologists work in many different sectors, including mining, water supply, engineering, contaminated land, research, and many others. They will spend much of their time studying and modelling the processes that occur below the subsurface. And to do this, they require data. So hydrogeologists are generally real data-hungry people. In terms of water supply, hydrogeologists will provide information on groundwater availability, appropriate borehole siting, drilling requirements, borehole design. Once the borehole has been drilled and the pumping test has been carried out, they can provide information on the sustainable yield of that water supply and the borehole efficiency, and can probably recommend an ideal pumping rate for that borehole. What they can't do is perhaps tell you what pump to put down the well. Now, I hope I haven't insulted everyone here now through these very crude explanations about our two different sectors. And I hope that throughout today we can explore more about what our two sectors actually do. The ultimate purpose of today is to learn more about the types of work that we each carry out, because there are significant advantages to our two sectors working closer together. And we'll hear some good examples of that, hopefully later on throughout the day. Talking of which, the programme for today is in the morning sessions. I'm soon going to be introducing, handing over to Kirsty, who will be chairing the morning sessions, which comprise 4 keynote speakers talks. The morning sessions will be broken by a 15-minute break, and there'll be coffee and refreshments served just in the library. Following the morning sessions, there will be a lunch provided also in the library, and during this time there will be 11 poster displays out and around in the library itself, and I would encourage you to go and visit those. We are giving the poster presenters 2 minutes exactly, just before lunch, to give a brief intro about their posters. Also in the library will be a camera, and we would like to interview you and ask you a couple of questions. Those questions are being provided to you on in the intro pack, but they are: what can hydrogeologists contribute to safe water supply and poverty reduction? And what is needed to bring hydrogeological and humanitarian communities closer together? Also, if you have a question for the panel discussion at the end of the day, that's a good opportunity at the camera to also ask that question. We're hoping to provide a video of this conference on the Water Channel following the event, and those interviews will be an important part of that film. The afternoon sessions are broken down into three. The first afternoon session will take place in here, and it will comprise a number of short 10-minute talks hosted by John Shilton. Following that, we are going to have a series of workshops. Now, there are 5 workshops, but because of time limitations, you'll only be able to attend 3. So, in order to split us into appropriate group sizes, we have an allocation of tickets. And you'll need to collect 3 tickets from the reception desk. The tickets are in 3 different colours, and you'll need to pick up 3 different coloured tickets because the colours represent the different sessions. The first session is pink, a pink ticket. The second session is an orange ticket, and the third session is a greeny-yellow ticket. Now, on each of these tickets, there will be a number between 1 and 5, and these numbers correspond with the numbers of the workshops on your programme. So hopefully, by the end of lunch, you should have 3 different coloured tickets with 3 different numbers on them, corresponding to the workshop sessions you want to attend. The final session of the day is a panel discussion which will be chaired by Alan MacDonald. And during this, we hope to discuss questions raised throughout the day. I would just like to take this opportunity to say a quick thank you to a few people. I'd like to thank the IAH for all of their strong support of this conference, and especially John Shilton and Alan MacDonald. I'd like to thank Guy Howard from Difford for his support of this conference and for coming here today to speak to us. And lastly, I'd like to thank the Hydro Group for providing this room and the refreshments. And before I hand over to Kirsty, I'd like to also thank Kirsty for all of her hard work she's put into this conference as the principal organiser of it. And I would like to ask everyone to give her a round of applause as I hand over to her to present the first speaker.